Welcome back, everyone, to Godspeed Today. I'm your host, Riley Roseby, the man behind Godspeed. Welcome back to another episode. I am super thrilled for today because I had a great post this morning. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to take a look at it, but I compiled an ETF watch list. And this ETF watch list is comprised of broad market ETFs, sector-based ETFs, thematic ETFs, some income-generating ETFs. I really tried to sprinkle in a little bit for everyone. But why I wanted to lean into this ETF-based watch list is there is a lot happening. Every single day, there's something new coming out about AI. We got to keep track of all the space exploration news, robots, flying cars, you name it. And ETFs provide a really good way of taking a kind of a seat back, zooming out, and understanding where the relative strength is going. So I'm really, really thrilled that this watch list is up. I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. I think we linked to it below in the show notes. But you can see some of the names here. We got the UFO Procure Space ETF, ARC Innovation ETF, Consumer Discretionaries Healthcare, and the Cybersecurity ticker HACK ETF, kind of rounding out the top five. Now, this watch list is sorted by the ETF's proximity to its 52-week high. And you could tell we're in a bull market because roughly 2/3 of this list are within 5% of their 52-week high. So this is going to be something we want to watch, not just when the markets are trending higher, but as well as when markets are getting a little shaky. We want to come back to this list to really make sense of, okay, where is the relative strength? And then once we get an idea of where that relative strength is, where the themes that are seeing capital being deployed, we can get a little bit more granular. So today I featured the Procure Space ETF, ticker UFO, as our ETF of the week. This name has been on an absolute tear. It's knocking on the door of its 2021 all-time highs. We're just shy. You can see kind of this highlighted box here. I really like to use these boxes because, frankly, prices can be a little gray. It's not always black and white. We're not going to see resistance right at, $33.33. It might be $33.36, or it might blow through and go to 34 and then retrace. So I like to just kind of get a general sense of where these levels are at. And this ETF is outperforming the S&P and NASDAQ 100 by almost, 7x? 7x since last summer. It's been pretty impressive. And its top three holdings include EchoStar, Rocket Lab, and AST Space Mobile. Now, EchoStar is a U.S. telecom and satellite tech conglomerate that owns Dish Network, Boost Mobile, HughesNet, and Sling TV. Earlier this summer, the stock gapped up 50% after President Trump urged an agreement between U.S. regulators and EchoStar regarding the company's warehousing of spectrum licenses and the FCC's threats of revocation. That's a lot. That's a mouthful. But what we need to know about this is the stock gapped up 50%. It's up another 45% since its gap. And this is a theme to watch. You can see we're breaking out of this, I don't know, you could call it a 5-year base. And this might be the start of something new. The number 2 holding in UFO is this Rocket Lab. Now, Rocket Lab, US-based, New Zealand-based space launch and control systems company. It has 68 completed launches with its Electron rocket and is in the final stages of development with its reusable Neutron rocket. Now, Rocket Lab is really kind of becoming a rival with SpaceX. And this is a story to watch. We know Tesla's kind of been struggling. Elon's in the news talking about starting a new political party. Him and Trump are still continuing to go at it on Twitter, True Social, whatever social media site you fancy. And Tesla's being a little neglected. Rocket Lab here seems to be the winner coming out of that Elon-Trump feud. And then our final name, rounding out the top 3 in UFO, is this AST Space Mobile. AST Space Mobile is building the first direct-to-smartphone satellite broadband company. In 2024, it launched 5 Bluebird 1 satellites, inked major deals with wireless providers like Verizon, AT&T, Vodafone, and secured spectrum rights. Now, earlier this month, on July 3rd, the company closed a non-dilutive $100 million equipment financing deal to assist with its 5 orbital launches slated for later this month. Folks, since June 16th, 2024, the stock is up 1,300%. So you might think that you missed this move, right? Because this is a weekly chart that we're looking at. And you can go back, starting about 8 weeks ago, this name really started to go. We've cooled off the last 3 weeks. We've been just kind of trading sideways in and around this $50 mark. And if these trends continue, AST Space Mobile looks like it's going to make a next leg higher. Now, how high is this going to go? We can't really tell. This move off the lows in 2024 was absolutely epic. It went straight up, consolidated sideways for a good 6-7 months before breaking out. I think we want to be buying weakness while managing our risk, kind of putting our stops above those prior cycle highs there. Now, let's move on to some AI talk. Now, Mark Zuckerberg, he's got a lot of money, and he's throwing around money for the top AI researchers like he owns an NBA team. 100 million here, 100 million there. And over the last 2 weeks, he's poached, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 researchers from OpenAI. Sam Altman doesn't seem to be too worried. He's kind of there casually cool in his sunglasses talking about how his team is fine. They have a good culture, but keeping the sunglasses on makes you worry a little bit. And then most recently, Zuck poached Mr. Pang, the head of foundation models at Apple. Now, I think this is really notable because Mr. Pang was at the forefront of Apple's AI initiatives, and now he's gone. So basically what Mark Zuckerberg has done, he's spent roughly $1 billion to acquire some of the best talent in the industry. And this is chump change for his nearly $2 trillion market cap company. Today alone, Meta was up about 1.5%. That's roughly $30 billion in market cap. So these figures that Zuck is throwing out to these AI researchers might seem pretty high. And yeah, $100 million is a ton of money. But what this can do for Meta, Mark's vision for how he sees the future, this can be pretty profound. And let's take a look at this daily chart here next. Nice big cup and handle. This isn't a V bottom I want to be betting against. And you can see we're knocking on the door of all-time highs. Don't count out some of these big cap tech folks. They got all that they need as incumbents to lead in this next leg higher, building out the infrastructure required for AI. We're going to go over to some flying cars. And as I wrote in last weekend's Godspeed Weekly, it's all eyes on Dubai. Archer and Joby have started to take flight. They're starting test flights in Dubai, gearing up for commercial service, knock on wood, before the end of 2025. It's still a little bit ambiguous. We don't have a hard set fast date as far as when these commercial vehicles will launch, taking people throughout the cities. But we got some heuristics that it's coming up soon. We got birds in the air. Both Joby up top there and Archer down below. Pretty cinematic shots, if you ask me. I mean, I know I'm more of an early adopter, but I am absolutely elated to try one of these eVTOLs. It's a mode of transportation that's going to change the world. It might take 20 years, it might take 30 years, 50 years, but this unlocks a new form factor in transportation, unlike anything we've ever seen. It's really hard to put a lid on its full potential. Now here's the chart to watch. The flying car composite, which is equally weighted between Archer and Joby, and we are, treading above those SPAC listing prices from 2021. If you recall, Archer and Joby SPAC'd at $10. This chart being equally weighted, we're trading here at 11. We are about 10% above those SPAC listing prices. That is very notable, right? If flying cars are going to take off, no pun intended, and continue to go higher, they have to be above their SPAC listing price. That's one of the first hurdles. And then earlier this year, we kind of kept an eye on the relationship between Joby and Archer in terms of market cap. And I made a comment, would have been early Q2 when Archer flipped Joby in market cap, and we were looking for that follow through in Archer, and we failed to get it. However, Joby caught back up, surpassed Archer's market cap, and continues to move higher. Since June 27th, Joby is up 22% while Archer is flat. So maybe the market is pricing in that Joby is going to be a leader in the space. Maybe it's not, but time will tell, and all eyes on Dubai. Now, before I let you go today, I have one last thing I want to show y'all. This is called the harmonic egg. And I got to give a huge shout out to Bartolone, aka Bart's Charts, for turning me on to the harmonic egg. But it is a 12-sided dodecahedron. It's a sound and light therapy chamber built on principles of sacred geometry. You know, you recline in this zero gravity chair with spectrum light colors and sound frequencies, often between 432 hertz and 538 hertz, resonating throughout the chamber. It's designed to amplify acoustic energy and aims to balance our nervous system and support cellular repair. Now, I've gone to the harmonic egg 3, 4, 5 times, and I can't recommend this enough. If you guys feel like you're overwhelmed, the news flow is too much, it feels like the world is moving too fast, I would highly recommend checking out the harmonic egg. Bart, once again, thank you so much for tuning me into this. If you guys don't know Bart, be sure to check out Bart's Charts. He jumps on live, I want to say around like 5 Eastern, 6 Eastern, something like that on Sundays. He is a gem, wealth of knowledge, and a former Navy fighter pilot. So that's all I have for you guys today, folks. Next week, we might be a little bit off schedule. We'll have to wait and see. I'm thinking we're going to have a show Tuesday if the powers that be allow. So trade well, be safe, and Godspeed, folks.